Good afternoon, everyone. How are we? We are on the 13th of October. That would make it a Tuesday. I'm John. This is going out across EMPS Empowering Survivors. I'd like to before we begin, just thank you all for joining, for watching, and for supporting what we do. We are victims of, there's no other way to say it, we're victims of child sex abuse. We've overcome what we've overcome to be the men that we are today, and we're now here to try and help as many people as we possibly can. I can't thank you enough for following us, for watching us, for supporting us with what we do. There was a period of time where we stopped doing videos because sometimes you need a downtime, but believe me, we're back with a vengeance there. Yesterday, I just want to say a note, yesterday, and what truly surprised me was we had an absolutely amazing 24 hours. Becky, how are you? Emma, how are you? Thank you for watching. We had an amazing 24 hours yesterday. Jimmy, thank you for that. God bless you. Right, so yesterday we had an amazing response to a video that we did. We do videos to Jim and me every day, every Monday. We're starting to do them again. We do videos when we can during the day, and we had, in 24 hours, we had 11,000 people either watch all or part of what we did, and that is absolutely amazing. It was beyond any of our expectations. I want to say a big shout out, by the way, a follower of ours, Adam Willoughby. Adam Willoughby is based in Blackpool, and he also runs something called the Albert Project. You may know it if you're in Blackpool, called TAP. They meet on a Tuesday. Hey Dawn, how are you? Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Saw you. I didn't see you live, but I saw what you did, and I thought it was absolutely incredible. So anyway, Albert Project. Every Tuesday they meet. They are in Blackpool currently. They're looking to expand, but they give out sandwich bags. They give out hot meals, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, sleeping bags, boxer shorts, socks, and they're hoping to open beyond Blackpool. Now, here's the thing. We know for ourselves, we struggle with being able to do what we would like to do. So I know full well it'll be voluntary. They'll be struggling to make ends meet. So if you feel you can help in any way, shape or form, please get in touch. Drop Adam Willoughby a line, and he will be able to tell you how you can help, if you can help, if you want to help, if you can donate even. I mean, he told me this week somebody donated 20 quid. 20 quid is amazing for when you're doing something like that. And okay, I'll say that's thanks, Adam. So Wayne Sandoz, the sounder, I've been speaking with Adam Willoughby, and the work that's going on is just incredible. I'm not even in Blackpool, and I can just imagine the difference that makes. And they go out on a Tuesday, and they do that every single Tuesday. So to those of you who are in Blackpool, who support the Albert Project, on behalf of us at EMPS, on behalf of us at Talk and Thrive, thank you. I'm going to again do my daily plug. We are starting to expand what we do. We're going to be doing the groups again soon. We have started the groups again. We can't wait until we can get more into them. But we're going to go onto YouTube. So we've currently got a YouTube channel we've just started called Talk and Thrive Stigma Fighters. If you've got chance, please go over there. Please log in, click subscribe. The sooner we get to 1,000 views, the sooner that we can start doing live broadcasts across YouTube, and that's what we really want to do. We really want to do live broadcasts here, and we want to do most tailored broadcasts on YouTube. So anyway, what's the point of what I'm saying today? Well, the point is this. It looks very much like we are heading to some sort of lockdown. Where we are right now, there's 3 tiers, we are on tier 2. So I've got a friend, Sarah Jane, who has a wellbeing lounge. She does yoga. So fortunately, tier 2 means her business stays open right now. I imagine tier 3 is the hardest hit areas. So right now, COVID we're getting the start of wave 2. There has been lots of talk about whether COVID is a real thing or if COVID is a plandemic, as I've heard. let me be very clear about this, and I've tried to stay out of this. I worked at a company called HML until 2014. They were part of the group who I currently work for. I work very closely with a guy called Kim Bryan at times. Kim Bryan was a lovely guy. Zulfikar, how are you? Don, how are you? Wayne, how are you? Sorry, I'm not even saying hello to people here, but thank you for watching. I worked very closely with Kim. Kim was a lovely guy. In his later years when he was there, he started to learn magic. So every so often you'd just get a crazy card trick or something just done at your desk. And it's just kind of when you don't expect to see something like that and then it happens, it's just like, how on earth do you do that? And I absolutely love card tricks and all that sort of thing. Kim contracted COVID in the first wave and succumbed to it. Jim has a friend called Yvonne who is suffering with COVID. We have a friend who is ex-military. He nearly died from COVID. We have a view that COVID is genuine. So right now, if you can wear a mask, and if you can wear a mask, and that's a big if, because you may be suffering anxiety, you may be suffering a number of respiratory illnesses yourself, you may be struggling with asthma, you may not be able to wear a mask for genuine reasons. But if you can wear a mask, please think about wearing one. Please don't be thinking that it's a control thing right now, because in the world right now, there's people who are frightened, genuinely frightened about COVID, genuinely frightened about how they're going to be if they catch it, what will happen to them, you know, that sort of thing. And what I'd like to say is I'm doing my best. I suffer anxiety through something that I went through when I was younger. If you go to the YouTube channel or you've seen our Talk and Thrive Unfiltered page, you'll know what I'm talking about. I went through child sex abuse. It's as simple as that. And there's reasons I don't want to wear a mask. I always carry a mask around with me, but there are times I can't wear one. And it's times that I struggle with wearing one. But I will always try and wear one without a shadow of a doubt. And I'll try and wear one because I appreciate that people are frightened. So what I'd say to you is, if you can wear a mask, please don't be. Right now is not the time to think if it's a controlling situation or not. It's not time to think the government's controlling us. Think about the person on the street who is petrified that they may pass away if they contract COVID. It's a difficult time for people. So please just try and wear a mask if you can. If you've also got a chance, please share this into other groups. We've never asked this before, but we want to grow now. We really do want to grow. We've never asked these. Share these videos into as many groups as you can right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get our message up, because here's where we're going. Last week, we discussed on all our channels narcissism. We discussed narcissistic behaviour. We discussed what's it like to live with a narcissist. We discussed what signs to look for. Coming up, we're going to be discussing and tailoring our view, maybe if it's not next week, it'll be the week after, domestic abuse. That will cover domestic, physical and emotional abuse. The statistics are quite frightening. We have 1 in 4 women suffer domestic abuse. 1 in 6 men suffer domestic abuse, be it physical or emotional. This, in my opinion, is only going to be heightened by further lockdowns. And this time it's going to be worse. I think, I could be wrong on this, because it's winter. It's going to be dark. It's going to be cold. You're not even going to be able to go out of the house and go for a walk because things have changed. We need to speak about that. I will be asking our female friends from Talk and Thrive Women to come and talk about domestic violence. But I also want to make it clear, as a man, that domestic abuse, if you are a male and you are in a relationship, domestic abuse perpetuated against your partner is wrong. I honestly believe that more men need to stand up and say it's wrong. I also believe women need to stand up and say it's wrong. Domestic abuse is wrong. Emotional abuse is wrong. Physical abuse is wrong. Your home should be a haven. It shouldn't be somewhere where you have to question, what am I going to walk into tonight? What's going to happen? Is my partner going to be in a sort of mood where things are going wrong? And am I going to be looking for warning signs? I'm going to be walking on eggshells. None of us should ever have to experience that. We shouldn't ever have to fear for that, but we do. And and that needs to stop. Now, if you're thinking for a second that I'm worried that I might explode, if you haven't exploded, it's not too late. Reach out, talk to somebody, talk to us. We've got on our EMPS page, which is if you're watching this live, we've got a button, send a message, we'll talk to you. It's never too late to change the trajectory of something that has yet to happen. The hardest thing to happen is to try and repair damage, and we don't need that. Someone who I would like you to check out as well is Dawn Bland, poet and artist. That's her Facebook page. Dawn's a brilliant follower of ours. Dawn watches what we do regularly, but she also donates her time and her effort to draw paintings and write poems. And here's the thing, Dawn had a book deal recently where every penny that she made, she donated away. So she didn't make a penny from this book. And I find people like that, they are inspirational. Dawn is kind of like a hero to me, because without people like Dawn, we're not getting awareness of how people feel. We're not getting to the nitty-gritty of things. We have a saying here where we are stigma fighters, where we want to normalise the conversation around, Charlotte, how are you? We want to normalise the conversation around mental health. And the only way that we can do that is by talking about things openly, talking about things in a manner. And sometimes it's not comfortable what we say, but we're not going to say it in a way where if you're watching this and you've got your children in the room, where we're going to be using foul language, because that's not who we are. We're a set of guys who we've been through things, and we will talk about things, but we're very careful about what we talk about at times. One of the things I do also want to talk about is, if domestic abuse is going to be happening in lockdown, child abuse is also going to be happening in lockdown. And as a victim of child sex abuse myself, that has to stop. Child abuse of any sort is wrong. It absolutely drives me to the... I could say a lot of things about it, but it'd be a lot of foul language that had come out of my mouth, to be absolutely fair. It'd be horrific that came out of my mouth. I see my little niece. I see somebody who's quite special to me has got a grandchild, and I see how they are, and these little girls, and they're innocent, and they've got innocence, and to think that there's people out there in the world who could even think about hurting a child, let alone hurting one, is absolutely sick. It's beyond sick. People, there shouldn't even have to be campaigns where we talk about whether or not paedophilia is something that we need to discuss. No, we don't need to discuss it. We don't need to discuss it at all. It just needs to be known it's wrong. Plainly and simply wrong. How could anybody harm a little child? How could anybody think that a child could be used for anything other than educating and making them into a future part of the world? We have a responsibility. I'm 43 years old. Because of what I went through, I'll never be a parent. I accept that now. I'm 43 years old. It's not going to happen. But children of the future, I don't want to sound like that song from 80s, but children are the future. We should be educating children, not hurting children. We should be protecting children. We should be letting children go online without worrying about whether there are online groomers. But there are online groomers. And this is a thought that part of this will be controversial, and I'm aware of that. There are predator hunters groups who go out and they sting predators. I personally want to thank each and every member of every group for the work that they do. Now, here is where my view slightly differs to some. I don't necessarily think that the stings should be done live. And I don't think this should be done live because I believe that the tapes should be handed over to the police. The police should be able to do an investigation, and once that's done, the stings should then be uploaded and they should be rightly applauded for all of the work that they have done. Now, that's just my view. Do I like to see these predators get caught? 100%. There is nothing more satisfying than watching a scumbag realise that their world has just collapsed. Nothing more satisfying. But the other thing about the lives is when they go to somebody's home. Now, there are responsible groups, Predator Exposure, CNC. They will say online that if you recognise where these people are, please don't come out, please don't put the families and the homes that are at risk. And that's brilliant to see, because you've got to remember, scumbags keep scumbag behaviour from people they live with and people they love. That's what scumbags do. They manipulate situations. They lie. A scumbag will always lie. There's no two ways about it. That's what a scumbag does. They are a liar. They are incapable of telling the truth. June, how are you? Thank you for watching us. They are incapable of telling the truth as scumbags. And when you see their face come, you just see the realisation come across their face, because they usually ask, have you got anything to say? I haven't done it. And then they start to get read out what's been said. And nothing gives me greater satisfaction at all than watching a scumbag have his world shattered or her world shattered. I just don't necessarily know whether it should happen live. That's my only thing. And I might be completely shouted down by you all. I might have people who say, nah, it needs to happen. And you're entitled to your views. What I'm saying is I agree with the work that they do. I absolutely do. The police have been stripped that far back, they're unable to deal with all of the scumbags in the world. So we now have predator-hunter groups. And these hunter groups, they're self-funded. So they self-fund themselves and they put time and effort, and goodness knows what they have to read. I really don't want to know what they have to read. I can imagine, I know what I went through. And they have to sort of sit there and they'll get pictures and it'll be just, it's incomprehensible. And I want to thank them, because they do an amazing group and job. And my only thought is it right that they do it live? I'd be interested to know your thoughts on that, all your thoughts on that, whether or not, do you think it should be live? Do you think it's an appropriate mechanism to catch these people? That sort of thing. Remember, we've all got views, and that's the beauty of life, isn't it? We all have views. But one thing's for certain, I absolutely support these hunting groups, and I absolutely support getting paedophiles off the street, because they are a disgrace to society. Absolutely disgraceful. That's for sure. June, you've managed to catch a live. That's awesome. Oh, absolutely, Dawn. The hunters have chat logs. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. What I'm saying there, Dawn, is, don't get me wrong, hunters do a brilliant job. Absolutely fantastic. I need to get that very clear. What I'm sort of saying is it right live? I don't know. That's the thing. That's all I'm saying. It's whether or not the live. I don't know. It's just, because I would hate to see, bear in mind, my view here comes from my own predator getting a second life sentence. And it's whether or not that could have been jeopardised or not if anything had have happened. Let's see what's happening here. What's Don saying? Please don't act quick enough when hunters add track logs in. That's a fair point. Kev, I think going live, it also pushes the police to act, but it can be dangerous too. Very good point. I absolutely agree that predator groups are brilliant. They do what they should be doing. They are helping the police. They are supporting the police. They're getting scumbags off the street. There's no doubt about that. The anger that I have for what people do to children it's something that I can't ever fully explain, because I've got to be careful how I say things. We all do on this page, on EMPS, on Talk and Thrive Unfiltered. But the thing is, we all have a view about paedophiles, and we all think they are disgusting. They're scumbags. There is not a chance in hell that a paedophile would ever, in my eyes, be redeemed in any society. That's for certain. So, on behalf of me, I want to thank you all for the work that you do. Goodness knows how you read it. Goodness knows how you get through that. It's kind of sick, is that you've even got to do it. Let's have a look there. And yeah, it's brilliant. It's great. And yeah, police, they haven't got the resources. So let's see what's here. Dawn, someone in my area went to court. Becca, how are you? Someone in my area went to court, got 2 years suspended, sentence, police caught him. Our justice systems need changing. Yes, it does, Dawn. Absolutely. Absolutely. A 2-year suspended sentence is an absolute joke. That is disgusting. The 2-year sentence for somebody who's done that, that's wrong. Utter wrong. Utterly. And scumbags. Absolute scumbags. June thinks she's got a mark on her phone, but it's the picture behind me. It's the picture hook. Yes, there used to be a picture there. I'm thinking of what picture to put up there right now next. There will be a picture goes up at sometimes. I just sometimes take a little bit of time to put something up. But yeah, we are going to be having more focused months. We're going to be talking about things like that. It's an emotive subject, isn't it? Let's face it. Child abuse, domestic abuse, it's an emotive subject. It really is. You're never going to have a consensus on things. Jimmy says it needs a massive overhaul. It does need a massive overhaul. Let me be very clear on this. What happened to me took away 27 years of my life. Here's the thing. 27 years of my life. If there was any justice in the world, my predator would be forced to serve the 27 years that I had to endure. He would also have to serve. We would also have to serve. Why does he send me messages like this when I'm talking like this? You're an idiot, Vaughan. For everybody else who's also lost years to the life to predators, they should also have to serve that same sentence as a minimum. And if that means that there's 10 of us who all lost 27 years and they got a sentence of 270 years, which means they would never be out on the streets again, I think that'd be fair. Absolutely, as a starter. Dawn saying, as his wife, sticking by the predator, 100%, Dawn. Absolutely agree with you. Any wife who stands by a predator is as bad as the predator, without a doubt. They may say they were coerced, but they still stuck by. Coercion, it doesn't take 2 minutes to go to the police to say this is what is happening. Dawn, mine has given a life sentence. That's why I now campaign, poet and artist, pushing for changes for others. Well done, Dawn. You make me proud. You are my hero. Believe you me right now, hero. Kev, anything less than a life sentence is appalling because that's what the child has, and that then affects everyone around them. Absolutely does, Kev. It really does. When you go through things, it's not just when it comes out, it's before, isn't it? Because with me, I turned to heroin, I turned to crack, I was drinking. I was an absolute mess. People thought I was just wasting my life and I'd just become a dirty smackhead for no reason. When in actual fact, I was taking smack because I didn't want to imagine being abused so many times. I was having 50 flashbacks a day. 50. That's how many a day I had. I used to wake up, 30 seconds I got as a rule, and then the first flashback started. So imagine that. You wake up, it's a lovely day, you sort of see sun coming through the window, and then boom, you have a flashback, and that's what you have to live with. So we're going to start talking. Missy, how are you? Thank you for watching us. So we're going to start talking more and more and more about this sort of thing. We want to make sure that people have a platform to talk about. It's great that you all, what I love while I'm doing these videos is that you all talk to each other. That's the community that we are fostering. That's the community that we are building. We are wanting to grow. We are wanting to expand. Please, please, please go across to YouTube. Please subscribe. Talk and Thrive Stigma Fighters. We want to grow. We believe we can grow. We believe we will grow. We thank you for your support so far. It means the world to us. You know, without you, we wouldn't be doing this. And it's just brilliant. You know, in Keighley, where we are, or where we're based, we've got more and more peer support groups of all sorts springing up to cover all sorts of different topics. And that's brilliant. It means people are finally ready to accept mental health happens, mental illness happens, and it's time to get talking about it. Services are stretched. It's where peer groups come in. But we need to make something very clear. We are professionals. We're not mental health we're not mental health professionals. But what we are guys who've had a terrible start to life, and we're now here to support other people. We're not going to stop supporting people. We've only just started. We're proud that we're able to show you that you can come through the other side. We're proud that we're able to support the people we've supported. And what's more, we're proud that we conquered our demons. What I'd say to anybody watching this is, if you think somebody's struggling and you don't know how to get through to them, Karen, how are you? Mention that you've seen our group. Mention that we've got videos on Facebook. We've got our YouTube channel, Talk and Thrive Stigma Fighters. Ask them to watch it. They may watch a video that we've done and it might just be relatable. They might just watch it and think, do you know, these guys actually, we can relate to them. Let's reach out to them. If we're relatable, it means we're getting somewhere. It means people will talk to us. We've got something huge going to be happening on a Sunday at some point, and when we're ready to tell you, we will tell you, because we've got something in place. It's blown me away. That's for starters. If you know you're struggling yourself, reach out, contact us. We will help. We have male and female groups. We have male and female groups because we believe it's ethical to have male and female groups. We believe it's ethical to have that division in place. So if you're a female, we'll put you in touch with females. If you're a male, you'll speak to males. That's how we believe it works. We believe it works best that way. Look after each other, look after one another. And before I go, Dawn, what's she saying? Dawn, that's why I agreed to do lives to raise awareness. That's brilliant, Dawn. Dawn's also saying that her live hit 1,100 views. That's incredible. Dawn, you're an inspiration. There's no two ways about that. You are absolutely selfless. You are somebody who has managed to turn what could have been a horrific life into something that's supportive, something that's caring, and something that will absolutely benefit others who are struggling, who have been through things that you have been through. What you do, Dawn, is today you're my hero, Dawn. And I would ask anybody watching this to check out Dawn Bland, poet and artist and poet, Facebook page, Dawn Bland, artist and poet. Anybody who selflessly gives themselves to try and better the lives of others, to try and bring awareness of subjects that you might not want to hear about in a way that includes poetry and artistry, they deserve to be at least looked at. They deserve to be recognised. Dawn, thank you. You are making a difference. You don't necessarily realise just how much of a difference you've made, but believe me, you have. The live that you did last week, you came across exceptionally well. You wouldn't have even guessed it was your first live. You did amazing. And here's the thing, you only get better after you've done it once. That's, you know, your first one's always nervous. And after that, it gets easier because you get used to it. So, Dawn, thank you. Really, really thank you. You're just amazing. Today, you are my hero without a shadow of a doubt. The group hero of the day, I would say, would be the Albert Project. Wayne Sando. Adam for highlighting the work that they do. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So on that note, remember, we're not mental health professionals. We are. If you know somebody who's struggling, point them to his videos. If you're relatable, get in touch with us. We'll support. We won't let you down. If you need support yourself, get in touch. Jim's just said he's going to send me a naked picture of himself. Not exactly what I want to see, really, is that, isn't it? You know, not exactly, no. Not really. But here's the thing, I just want to thank everybody for, you know, mental health is, we only have one life. We only have one chance at this. It's not a preparation. It's not a rehearsal. Let's do the best that we can to get through this. We are coming into what is possibly a second lockdown. We're coming into a wave 2 of COVID. Let's stick together. Let's get through this. Claire Louise, how are you? Emma, how are you? If I haven't already said hi. Let's get through this. I'll be back tomorrow. I just want to thank you all for supporting us, for watching us. We're doing amazing things. And we're doing amazing things because we want to help and support people who are in the position yet to do amazing things themselves. But one after the other, it starts to help everybody. And before you know it, imagine if you could get everybody at least being everybody, helping everybody else. That'd be something else, wouldn't it? It might never happen, but if you don't have an ambition, what's the point? I'm John. This is Emps. Thank you for watching, and sorry for the shameless plug, but please go over to YouTube. Please look for Talk and Thrive Stigma Fighters, and please subscribe. It's going to help us get our message out, and just thank you. Thank you for the 2,000 of you who like us on Facebook, for the hundreds and hundreds who like us on Instagram. It's appreciated. It really is. God bless you all. Thank you.